and today we're about to talk briefly about the Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. But y'all already know the drill. Before we get into it, don't y'all forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and come on over here and kick it with your girl. So we know that Angel failed miserably with this trip. And I know a lot of y'all don't like Giselle, so y'all are trying to take up for Angel. But for me, I'm looking past that. At the end of the day, if you're on a trip, if you're planning a trip and somebody left you in a house in the middle of nowhere with intermittent water, the temperature is going up to 90 degrees and stuff, y'all would not like that. Like, let's call a spade a spade. If the roles were reversed and it was Giselle doing this, y'all would be turned into Giselle ass. And I'm not like I always say, Giselle do shit all the time and she couldn't be a hater. But I agree in this situation that, Angel, you dropped the ball. So, of course, Giselle, she made good on her promise about getting the ladies a stay at the Four Seasons, which is cool, but the ladies is acting like, baby, this is the nicest hotel they have ever seen. I'm like, okay, y'all, whatever. So, they have dinner at Giselle's suite. They asked Angel was they gonna spend the night. Angel said it's gonna take 2 hours to get back to her house and 2 hours to get back to this hotel. Baby, I get why they didn't spend the night. Like, if you gotta drive 2 hours just to get there. But my thing with that is, Angel, you didn't want to do that trip. You didn't want to do a round trip. So how do you think the ladies felt staying in the middle of nowhere and having to drive to your house? Like, that's crazy. I think this trip went so badly because poor planning and because Angel wanted to separate them. She didn't want them staying in her house. And that's fine. If you don't like them, you know, they don't have to stay in your house. That's not the issue. The issue is the poor planning, and because you, Kay, and Tia were doing y'all own thing and the other ladies are doing their own thing, and then y'all are hours away. On top of that, that's not a girl's trip. Like, that's really not a girl's trip. And I think that was the issue. If they would have all stayed together instead of Angel, you know, opening up her home, she could have had an event at her home, but stayed with the ladies in the house or somewhere else. I think it would have worked out a little bit better. But just the having to drive like far distances just to do anything is a lot. I do think that that Angel and them should have just told Giselle that they wasn't going to stay, because that drive is crazy. Even though Angel said she planned to go back, 4 hours just to get luggage is insane. I thought it was crazy to book an excursion on the day that you're leaving, especially with the time frames, especially knowing that everything is far away from each other. Like, if it's something that was like, say if y'all was at a resort or something and you could just go to it, you can wake up and you can just walk to it or something like that, then okay. But something where you have to drive hours away on the day that they have to go home was crazy. I think Angel's intentions were good, but her planning was piss poor. And I know production do stuff on the back end, but at the same time, like I said last week, it's not all on production. We can say production, but I don't think it's all on production. I think Angel bit off more than she could chew. I think Angel wanted to show off her business. And like I said before, I'm rooting for everybody who has a business, especially a black woman, a black family. You know, like, I want to see them succeed. But I felt like this trip may have made people look at her business in an iffy way, just because you're taking these ladies to excursions that your business do, and you don't even know how to get there. And I felt like that was in poor taste. I just feel like when you're planning stuff, if it's exclusive in a place that you've never been, you go to that place before it's time for y'all to go. So you can know the routes, you can know how long it's gonna take, you can know. Like, even me, like, if I'm going somewhere that I've never been before, like, say if I'm really not like familiar with it. Now, if it's here in my city that I stay in, I'm pretty familiar all over the city. You know what I'm saying? So I can maybe just look it up, put the address in the GPS and kind of know where it's at. But if it's a place that I am strictly unfamiliar with, and especially if I'm not in like where I stay or whatever, or I have never been there and I plan to take a whole group of people there, just go to the place before it's time for y'all to go. That way there's no issues. You know how to get there. You're not, getting lost and stuff as she did. And people are saying everybody's giving Angel a hard time, but I don't see it. And like I said before, a lot of y'all are on Angel's side because she's going up against Giselle. But when Angel was going up against Wendy for Kay, nobody liked Angel. Now all of a sudden, because she's crying, which I'm not moved by the tears, and like I said, I will give Angel grace because this is her first, season and stuff. But the way she came in, it kind of made me look at her sideways. And then the fact that you not delivering, and it's the fact that you didn't even try to do what you needed to do. Like, I get that you may not like Giselle, you may not like some of the other ladies, you may feel not like Wendy, you don't like that they called you a catfish and stuff. I get that and I understand it. But to be on this type of show, that's a part of the game. So you have to know how to play the game. I just think already having 3 ladies stay at your house, okay, whatever. But having 3 ladies stay at your house while the other ladies stay an hour and a half away was already setting yourself up for failure. Because you have to think about traffic. You have to think about if something happens. It's just all those things that you have to think about. And as we see, it didn't go well for her. Stacey, y'all. So let's talk about the Stacey and Jazzy and Wendy situation. So, okay, Stacey, I feel like you can feel away with Jazzy talking to Sharice. But, and y'all know I'm going to throw in a but in there because this is a show. All these ladies are getting to know each other. And we're cool, but we're not that cool to the point where I can't, network with the other ladies. And I think this is Angel's problem that Stacey wanted Jazzy to do, and Jazzy did what I would have did. Because I feel like, and in Angel's defense, her and Kay have more history. So it's really even more different because Stacey, you don't really have no history with Jazzy like that. Y'all are just meeting each other and growing a friendship. Like, y'all aren't best friends for real. So you having an issue with her talking to Sharice and getting her number was crazy. Stacey lies. I've been saying it. I said that Stacey is a good addition because she's quick, she's witty, she's funny in certain ways. But outside of all of that, Stacey be on bullshit. I've been saying that she be on bullshit. She be lying. And a lot of y'all talking about y'all don't like the fact that the way Wendy said something to her. But I don't like the fact when a person tried to want me to co-sign a bullshit, especially when I've been cool with you and you're steady trying to make me look like a fool. Like, you're steady trying to act like Wendy didn't hear what it was. You didn't want to go to Jazzy's wedding. And that's okay. Just say you went because I believe that you knew the cameras was going to be there, and then these other ladies told you. You didn't want to go to her wedding for real. You went because what you could gain, put it like that, what you could benefit from. I don't think Wendy is wrong. I think Stacey do be on bullshit, and it's okay to check her. I feel like when y'all like somebody, y'all feel like they can't get checked, or y'all just ride with them blindly. And like I always say, don't be a super fan. I'm not a super fan. I can call all them. Anything that I see is that I feel like it's not right, I'm gonna call it out. And Stacey wants somebody to ride for her, but she be on bullshit. You gonna lie? If you lying, don't get mad because I'm not lying with you. You got to understand that you and these ladies are building relationships. Y'all aren't best friends. So the type of loyalty that you are thinking you are going to get from these ladies, you're not going to get that because we not cool like that for real. And then, like, another thing, the biggest thing, you have to realize that this is a job. Everybody is trying to keep their place. Everybody is trying to keep their job. So they're going to do what they got to do for their moment and for their little shine, because they want to keep their job, even if that means throwing you under the bus. And the thing is, you're on camera and you're lying. You know they're going to run the tapes back. So you might as well just own up to it and be like, yeah, I didn't want to go to your wedding. Like, it's simple as that. Then saying you didn't know Ashley was going when they ran them tapes right back. It's like, and y'all always be saying Stacey don't lie. Stacey been lying since she been on this show. And it's okay, because I feel like all they ass lie at some point. But we not gonna sit here and act like Stacey's shit don't be stinking either. Like, come on now. She do shit just like the rest of them. Ashley says that she thinks that Monique, but Angel had something to do with, well, she said Wendy thinks that Angel may have had something to do with the information you back to Chris. Ashley said she really don't think that. Me personally, I don't even know the situation for real. We may not never know for real, but I don't think it was Angel. Then she goes on to say how she seen Chris and she asked Chris personally, was he banging Stacey? And Monique was like, oh, actually, you ain't tell me that part. And she like, yes, I did. I thought I did. And Giselle was like, oh, I was under the impression that she told you. Y'all actually be always on bullshit. And so she's just like, well, he didn't say nothing but like, no. But Monique said that basically all of them are liars. So Stacey, Chris, and I can't think of the other lady that got all this shit started in the first place. Her. She think they all some damn liars, so she don't know who to believe or what to believe. Well, I take that back. She just said that Chris kind of went like, he didn't answer though. And she said that she believes Stacey is lying. Stacey could be lying. We see Stacey be lying. It's not far-fetched. I still low-key am side-eyeing her and T-Moon about them being back together. Like, at first, I was like, well, maybe they back together. But now, as I just continue to watch and stuff, they may not be back together for real. He might know that she's on this show. This is how she's making her coin. He may have agreed to help her. The hints why they haven't got back engaged or remarried. So, it may be another TJ situation, y'all. Who knows? But allegedly, Angel and them are stuck in the they going the wrong way. And y'all know what another thing I didn't like about that, I don't like that Angel did, and she she did this trip, right? But I feel like Angel was focused, oh, it's a 10K trip, it's a 10K trip, this dinner, it's a 10K dinner, my bad, y'all, it's a 10K dinner. I feel like her need to let them know and to prove that she got the money is the reason why she didn't cover the basic stuff. Not only that, did y'all notice when she got lost, she didn't call the ladies and tell them that they were lost. Ashley had to actually call her and see where they was at. And I keep saying, I know y'all don't like Giselle, so y'all want to say Giselle is wrong and she's picking, but I don't see it that way. I feel like if you're going to take on them shoes, then you need to do the part. All this really could, like I said earlier, all this could have been avoided if they stayed under one roof. And they all was in the same, going the same places at the same time. Easy peasy. I understand, like, you having to check in with your men. Y'all have small kids. And even if y'all didn't have kids, I get that. That's not an issue. Like I said last week, she said that she had a babysitter, right? And that the babysitter was there. So my question is, if you have a babysitter there, is Bobby really watching the kids? Allegedly. The thing with that is, you could have had the babysitter for, during the day if Bobby had to work or whatever he had to do. And then at night, Bobby could have just had the kids for 3 or 4 days. Like, I don't know, y'all. Like, for me, it just don't make sense. And I don't want to, like, question that. But at the same time, you just kind of got to call a spade that's half looking. It's like you didn't try. And I think you trying to ice everybody out. Oh, I don't want nobody in my house, which is fine. but that hurt you in a way. When everybody didn't have to stay at y'all house. Y'all could have all stayed in one Airbnb together. I feel like her need to prove that she has money and that she has this great business is the downfall. Because like I said, use this platform to promote your shit. Absolutely. I 100% agree. I'm not mad at that. But I just think that with all the stuff going wrong, it's going to do more harm. So she could have, if she would have had all her ducks in a row, it would have worked. But without you having none of your ducks in a row, it's kind of just like, when I go to Colorado, would I book Wonderland? Probably not. And I hate to say that because, like I said, I'm always rooting for anybody black, and I would want to support her. Because you see another black woman, a black family doing their thing, you want to support it. But it's just that when you're doing this, and it's like, I don't know about that. And I feel like it backfired on her. The lady stopped at the gas station because by this time they had literally been driving for about 2 or 3 hours. And so they got to use the restroom. They want to get snacks. You know, they want to do all the things. So much so that they just ended up having food at a food truck, and was like, we just gonna eat here and we're gonna go to our flight. So, like I said, Ashley had to call Angel, and Stacy and Wendy and Jazzy are all getting into it. Well, mainly they are getting into it with Stacy. The problem with Stacy, like I said earlier, and we're gonna hurry up and wrap this up. The problem with Stacy is Stacy doesn't take accountability when people call her out on stuff. She deflects. She finds a way to try to not make it her fault. She lies, and that's the issue. She said Wendy didn't have her back. Wendy has had her back when a lot of these girls was attacking her. She basically overlooked Jazzy's feelings about her not wanting to come to her wedding, but you want to feel some type of way about her talking to Sharice. Like, girl, baby, make it make sense. I just feel like Stacy can be a professional victim at some time. Like, I like Stacy, but she have her faults, and I know a lot of y'all are so team Stacy that y'all can't see it, and y'all want to blame Wendy. I've seen a lot of people saying that, oh, Wendy didn't give Giselle this type of energy. I'm like, did we watch the same show? Because Wendy used to be on Giselle Nick. But I digress. It is what it is. This is typical Stacy. So after all that fighting, arguing, they make up. Stacy said, you know, she's had a hard time and stuff with the ladies, but this experience on this trip wasn't as bad as the other one, so she's cool. And then, you know, it's kind of like the finale, not the finale, because, you know, they're gonna do an episode with Karen. So we're just gonna talk about each of them. So it says Stacy and Timu are still going strong, but have no plans to remarry, as the ink on the sealed divorce papers is too fresh. So if they did, Jazzy would not be invited to the wedding. We see Stacy still on bullshit. But her and Timu are not together, which I said, you know, before. We'll see. But I just think that it might just be a storyline for Stacy to have something to talk about. And hey, girl, whatever. Get your coin how you get your coin, if that's how you get it. So with Giselle, after a 2-year battle, Giselle lost the fight over her father's will. But one loss did not overshadow a big win. Giselle's daughter, Angel, became a member of the AKA sorority, like her mother and Wendy. I hate to hear that she lost her daddy's will to her stepmother, because at the end of the day, that's her daddy. We know her daddy adored her, and they had a relationship, and he had a relationship with her daughters. So that's, you know, I hate to hear that, but it is what it is. So we all know what happened to Wendy and Eddie. You know, 3 months after the Colorado trip, Wendy and Eddie was arrested for fraud. They are facing felony charges, and then if convicted, they could get up to 15 years. We will most likely hear more about that at the reunion. Ashley's second bloom has her second guessing. Josh, they've broken up, gotten back together, broken up, but gotten back together. But she continues to write life for her next chapter. She has even wrote a children's book. So go do your thing, Ashley, girl. Kay Toya and Greg still aren't married, haven't, did anything about getting married. That picture frame is still just the picture frame, and he had to propose. Tia and her sister are building a relationship. The kids isn't throwing house parties that she's aware of. Nothing too big with Tia. So we wrap this up. Angel and Bobby are still living in Colorado, but say they have purchased a $2 million home in Potomac. Tia was not their agent after all of the ass kicking that Tia did, and she was doing the little flip flopping. They still didn't choose you to be an agent. So yeah, that wraps up the Potomac girls. We see Karen, OG Karen, getting out of jail. She got the OG braids. I think she said that women in jail gave them her hair or something. I gotta go back and revisit that. But yeah, so the next episode will be about Karen getting out and how that's working out. So we'll see how that goes next week. Anyways, we about to head on to hot Atlanta and see what these Georgia girls talking about. So the Atlanta girlies are headed out on their trip, and y'all, we're gonna just kind of run through this real quick. The Atlanta girlies are heading out on their trip, and of course, we know it wouldn't be Toya and Simone if Heavenly didn't live rent free in their head. Heavenly has done stuff, but the way they be so weird about Heavenly Child, and not only that, Simone saying that it was a joke about her saying looking up Quiet's number. Like, be fucking for real, Simone. If you look up people houses, if you look up people addresses and you want to look up their assets and stuff, you damn sure will look up her VIN number. If you probably have already then looked up her license plates and stuff. Like, let's be clear. You would have done it. Allegedly. We gonna always say allegedly. But yeah, I just feel like, and then I feel like Simone is low-key jealous. Well, not even low-key, high-key jealous of Jackie and Heavenly's friendship. I feel like Simone wants that friendship that her and Jackie had before, but it's clear as day that Jackie has low-key chose a side, which is Heavenly's side, and she's loyal to Heavenly, and Simone don't like that. And Simone don't like to take accountability of the stuff that she do. Simone always do stuff and then just get the yelling and screaming when somebody go off on her. Her and Toya. I told you that's why they friends, y'all, because they act alike. The ladies arrive and the house is nice. They're under the assumption that Heavenly isn't coming because Heavenly said that she don't know what the fuck Simone gonna do. I really think Heavenly is trying to show restraint because she's running for office and she know that she gonna go there. So I think that's why she's kind of like, let me cool off before I go mingle with these bitches or whatever. I didn't think anything that Contessa did was wrong. The house was nice. Contessa was just like the newbies got a share room. It's not that big of a deal. Angel did try to come at Brandy a little bit, was asking Brandy how her energy was. Brandy was like, well, what that's supposed to mean? Brandy went back and forth. It was cool. It wasn't nothing major. I like Brandy, but I kind of side-eyed Brandy, her and Angel a little bit, just because I feel like Brandy is over there drinking Toya Kool-Aid low-key, and she's letting them fill her head up with stuff. And I feel like if she don't just do her own thing, she's gonna become sweet tea. That's just my personal opinion. But I did like that she let Angel know, like, baby, my energy been good, so why you trying to check me on my energy? Which I get why Angel asked that, but at the same damn time, like, Angel, pump your brakes, baby. We ain't even gonna be in the room that damn long, so you doing too much. The ladies are lounging around the pool, and of course they are talking about the Heavenly and Simone situation. Which Simone, like I said, she was real for telling Heavenly, like, bitch, it's not that, so don't put your hands on me. Even though she fake as fuck, she was real in that little situation. But Quiet is like, oh, Simone is all bark, no bite. And I'm like, Quiet, when you and Simone just get into it, but what the fuck ever. They are discussing Heavenly. I just feel like it's just keep being a repeat of the same shit. Like, I'm actually kind of tired of it. Like, Simone, all you do is yell. And she's saying that there is no, that they will never be cool again. And I'm like, okay, we shall see how they go. At the end of the day, y'all be cool. If you don't, you don't. Like, it's not that big of a deal for me. I I just feel like Simone is always unhinged. Her and Toya just do shit differently. But Heavenly just don't give a fuck. Heavenly gonna speak her mind and she gonna say what she mean. Where they try to do backhanded shit. Where she not like that. So one half of the ladies go to swim with the dolphins, which is a fun excursion, and the other half of the ladies go to eat. So Angel, Quiet, Dr. Jackie, and Toya are out to eat. And Toya is saying that she doesn't feel like that Simone will be okay with being around Heavenly. By this point, they don't know Heavenly's coming. So Angel asked Toya directly, what did she, about what she did when she walked up on her friend, introduced herself, and started telling her friend all the business, the girl code. And so Toya, this is my problem with Toya. Toya always try to play fucking dumb. She talking about, if I would have hooked you up with him, if I would have hooked you up with him, with my Eugene's best friend, that would have made me look bad. First of fucking all, you acting like soon as you hook them up, they gonna be walking down the altar. That's one. Number two, she's single, she can date. Like, what's the big deal? Toya is so full of shit. And like I said, she deflects when people call her out on it. Like I said last week, if the ladies would have been cool with what she did, she wouldn't have found nothing wrong with what she did. But since the ladies then was like, that was kind of wrong, Toya, now all of a sudden, you did that because, you didn't want her to mess over your friend. Girl, be fucking for real. You are a hater, Toya. That's it. That's all. I don't see how y'all don't see it. But Toya is a hater. And that's, like I said, I don't like that. So Angel basically told Toya, she good. If she want to be her friend, then she gonna have to come to her. I feel like Toya is tone deaf. She could have literally pulled Angel to the side if she felt that way. But no, she was looking for a moment. That's it. That's all. Talking about I don't want to be hooking you up with nobody and you talking to all these men. You mad because that ain't you, Toya. Let's be clear. And so Angel was like, that's okay, I don't need you to hook me up with nobody, I'm good. Which I don't blame her, because a bitch like that would be, if she do hook you up with Eugene's best friend, guess what? She will be knee deep in y'all fucking business, and you ain't got time for that. Like, so I think that Angel was right for nipping that in the bud. So then Miss Dr. Heavenly arrived, and so Toya is like, oh Lord, we know she got an issue with Heavenly arriving. Heavenly reached to say hi to Toya. Toya was like, hold on, don't be touching people, like looking for a reason. So then they all make it back to the house, and the other ladies are there. We know Simone got her here. I mean, not Simone. Toya got to hurry up and run and let Simone know that Heavenly's there. She see Heavenly. And Simone is mad because Heavenly didn't speak to her. You just said you would never fuck with her again. You don't want to fuck with her, but now you mad because she don't speak to you. This is what I be talking about with bitches, with some women. I hate to call you bitches because y'all not bitches, but y'all get my drift. Some women, some women are so hard to be friends with because you just said you don't fuck with me. You don't like me. You would never fuck with me again. So when I come in here and I don't speak to you, that's an issue. Like, make it make sense, baby. So, child, we'll see on next episode how that go, child. And then Simone called Heavenly trash, and Toya was like, yeah, we bought the trash back. Like, when Heavenly get to going off, don't y'all say nothing. And I don't want to hear y'all in the comments saying that Heavenly is wrong, because y'all know you go there with her, she gonna always take it too far. I ain't saying she right, but I ain't saying she wrong either. Not only that, y'all Quiet called and told Heavenly that she needs to come redeem herself. They talking about you and you need to come stand up for yourself, which we know it was AKA production probably told Quiet to call Heavenly and told her to get her ass on the trip. But anyways, that's it. Simone's still mad. We'll see how this go next week. Don't y'all forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.